जय हिंद, जय भारत। वेलकम टू डेफ टॉक्स। दिस इज आदि अचिंद। हमारे साथ हैं आज गेब्रियल साहब। शालोम, वेलकम टू द शो।
Shalom, namaste, Adi.
एंड बड़ा ही इंटरेस्टिंग सब्जेक्ट है क्योंकि मेरे पास दो तीन रेवलेशंस हैं आपको देने के लिए। पाकिस्तान का हाथ हमास के साथ, ठीक है, और देख लो। उसके बाद इजरायली एम्बेसी के बाहर एक धमाका हुआ, छोटा सा था, ज्यादा कुछ डैमेज नहीं है। इट वाज बेयरली अ बूम, बट बूम इज अ बूम। क्या रेपरकशंस है, कौन है ये? नॉट द फर्स्ट टाइम इट इज हैपनिंग टुवर्ड्स द इजराइल एम्बेसी भारत में। तो कहीं ना कहीं हमको थोड़ी सी चीजें देखनी पड़ेंगी कि देयर इज अ, अब पता है आपको, गेम 24 के पास जैसे आप आ रहे हो, गेम तो आपके अगेंस्ट शुरू हो चुकी है। ठीक है, चारों तरफ से आपको कोई ड्रोन फेंकता है। मेरे हिसाब से तो पाकिस्तानी सबमरीन में से निकला है वो। दोपहर के शो में मैंने बड़ा क्लियरली बोला, दिस इज माई लॉजिक। कोई ऊपर रजौरी में अटैक करता है, कोई पन्नू लेके खड़ा है, कोई कुछ और लेके खड़ा है। तो चारों तरफ से आपके ऊपर प्रेशर है इस टाइम पे, एंड आपकी अटेंशन डाइवर्ट करने की कोशिश की जा रही है। प्लस इसराइल में देखते हैं, क्योंकि आज एक रिपोर्ट आई है कि 60% ऑफ गाजा इफेक्टिव कंट्रोल है आईडीएफ का। तो डैम गुड, 60% इज अ लार्ज एरिया। ठीक है, एंड कहीं ना कहीं हमास के लीडर्स की थोड़ी सी बत्ती बंद होनी शुरू होगी, क्योंकि उनके जिस तरह से स्टेटमेंट्स आ रहे हैं, थोड़ी सी डेस्परेशन दिखती है उसके अंदर। एक कायरो के अंदर थोड़ी सी नेगोशिएशंस हो रही थी, वहां से भाग गए वो। ठीक है, लेकिन भागे कहाँ? वापस कतर आए, वीडियो कैमरा ऑन करा और पाकिस्तान से बातें कर रहे थे उसके बाद। तो ये सब whole lot of things we will talk, very interesting time. Gabriel साहब, पहले बताओ, what's happening in Israel? I hope you didn't have any air raids आपके एरिया में, everybody is safe and sound.
Everything is fine. Thank you for all your prayers, all our all our Bharati supporters. The prayers go a long way, and touch wood, everything is fine. About Gaza, just as you said, okay, 60%, it is on top.
On top
Gaza
or top and
underground
bottom?
also. So don't forget
मैं वही बोल
60% plus 60% or 120%. So we have
मैं वही बोल
underground Gaza also to handle, and we are Israeli army is saying it will take months at the least
Yeah,
to
obviously.
take control of all of Gaza. So defense minister has said that Rafia, which is in the south, and the Philadelphia corridor. Philadelphia is a corridor which goes between Gaza and Egypt proper.
Hmm.
If that is controlled by Israel proper, we cut Gaza off 100%. Egypt is arguing about that. They are threatening Israel, threatening. But everyone knows, and if as a military standpoint, Rafia should be cut off, and then we can say we will start dealing with the Hamas. Up till
Hmm.
now, 8,000 plus terrorists have been killed of Hamas proper, which we are. This is our figure. Hamas will say 20,000 civilians, no terrorists at all. Israeli army is giving 8,000 terrorists killed. So this is what is happening in Gaza. We are losing soldiers. Yes, all the or each day you get to hear it twice in the morning and in the evenings. 6 o'clock. How many soldiers have died during the night, during the day? And each soldier is a world in himself. Family, friends. Everyone knows everyone in Israel. A small nation, so everyone knows each and every soldier and his family. And another point is we have lost now soldiers more than the hostages remaining in Gaza. So there is a debate here. Should we give, like I said last time, ahuti of Israeli soldiers to save hostages, or whose life is more important, hostages or the soldiers? So we are in a dilemma. Soldiers also have family. This Israel, we are, everybody is compulsory has to join the army. So it is not that it's a professional army or it's a army which gets people on a professional this. Everyone has to serve 3 years, boys, girls for 2.5 years. So everyone says now, should we sacrifice for hostages lives of our soldiers? And still till today, everyone is saying we'll have to fight not only for those stages, but for our own selves. Survival. This is a fight for survival now. So we are fighting. We will fight. Last time I was a little bit angry, I know. But yes, this is personal for each and every Israeli. As Adi has said, that America is backing off.
आई डोंट नो वेयर अमेरिका स्टैंड्स एक्चुअली, खुद ही कहाँ खड़ा है उसको ये नहीं पता, क्योंकि बड़ा ही इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें चल रही हैं अमेरिका के अंदर। वो हमको बोलते हैं कि भाई आपकी डेमोक्रेसी ना ठीक नहीं है, और ऊपर से उठा के डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को जेल में डाल रहे हैं। तो मेरे को समझ नहीं आता भाई आप कर क्या रहे हो यार। आई मीन व्हाई व्हाई डू दिस। बट इन एनी केस चलिए थोड़ा सा पहले आई वांट टू टॉक अबाउट द एम्बेसी एंड थोड़ा पाकिस्तान का हाथ लेते हैं। उसके बाद देयर आर कपल ऑफ क्वेश्चंस अबाउट टैक्टिकल ऑपरेशंस। मेरे पास एक दो आपसे सवाल हैं बिकॉज मेरे को दो तीन चीज समझ एक दो चीज समझनी है अबाउट व्हाट इजराइल इज डूइंग। कहीं ना कहीं दो तीन रिपोर्ट्स निकली विद रिगार्ड्स टू सम टनल ऑपरेशंस। आपने बताया था कि थोड़ा सा आप उसमें हिंट दोगे। वी डोंट वांट टू नो ऑपरेशनली क्या हो रहा है, बट किस तरह की चीजें होती हैं, बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल बिलीव कि इसराइल की इस चीजों में ट्रेनिंग नहीं होती है। तो आई वांट टू आस्क यू अबाउट दैट, क्योंकि मैंने जो अभी तक रिसर्च करी है, आई हैव सैटेलाइट से आपके ट्रेनिंग ग्राउंड मैंने देखे, आई हैव सीन देम, देयर इन द नेजफ डेजर्ट्स। देयर आर इनफ इमेजेस अवेलेबल, एंड आप जूम करके देखो वो गूगल अर्थ पे दिखते हैं आपको। तो देयर इज अ लॉट व्हिच इज एक्चुअली हैपनिंग इन दैट एरिया। वो एक चीज बात करनी है। दूसरा आई वांटेड टू टॉक अबाउट द पॉलिटिक्स इन इजराइल, क्योंकि नेतन्याहू के पीछे काफी अभी प्रोटेस्ट भी हुआ था, ये भी हुआ था, एंड उसमें एक डिफरेंशिएशन है कि नेतन्याहू के पीछे प्रोटेस्ट है। इट्स नॉट अगेंस्ट द इजरायली गवर्नमेंट, नॉट अगेंस्ट द वॉर, नॉट अगेंस्ट एनीथिंग एल्स। तो कहीं ना कहीं उसकी गर्दन कहीं पकड़ने वाली है। तो वील टॉक अबाउट दैट कमिंग क्लोज टुवर्ड्स द एंड। पहले जरा ये प्रेजेंटेशन देख लेते हैं एक एम्बेसी के बारे में। आपसे भी यू आल्सो हर्ड द डेप्यूटी एम्बेसडर टू इंडिया टॉकिंग। मैं भी एक्चुअली आई हैव जस्ट गॉट इन टच विद द इजरायली एम्बेसी। मैं देखता हूँ इफ आई कैन गेट सम ऑफ देम ऑन फॉर अ शो एज वेल, इट विल बी नाइस। सो बड़ी मुश्किल से मैंने एम्बेसडर को लिखा, उन्होंने किसी का नंबर दिया मेरे को, सो आई हैव टू काइंड ऑफ कनेक्ट विद देम। सो बेसिकली व्हाट हैज हैपेंड इज एक पटाखा सा था, बॉम्ब था, क्या था, इट एक्सप्लोडेड इन फ्रंट ऑफ द इजरायली एम्बेसी एंड एक लेटर फेंका गया। वो लेटर के बारे में आप बता दीजिए, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट अवेयर उसके डिटेल्स क्या हैं। आपको आपको थोड़ा पता है इसके बारे में।
See, according to our sources, that letter was wrapped in a Israeli flag with foul language and threats, and no residue has been found of an explosive there. So it can be a chemical based, okay? But still, there was a boom, as Adi mentioned. So this has to be taken as terrorism. No, no sweeping it under another mat.
उसका तो
So
कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं है, उसका तो कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं है।
no, see, this is not the first time, Adi. Now I have to tell the
Yeah,
audience in India. This is not the first time that the embassy has been targeted. 2 years ago, if I'm not wrong,
21 में।
it was targeted also. The same thing had happened, and 10 years ago or something, an Israeli staffer's wife was also injured in a bomb which had been stuck to a car while driving in Delhi's traffic. Before that, also they tried to bomb. Now, here is what I am frustrated about India. I am very frustrated about India because if India wants to be a superpower and it wants to call itself a superpower, it has everything. It has the manpower, it has the technology, it has everything in its this. But to be a superpower, you need to flex muscle. and call a spade a spade. Israel has given so many warnings to India about imminent threats which have been fouled by the Indian security apparatus. Okay? So these ones which we are hearing about, they went under the radar. They were successful. But more than that, we have fouled attacks on Israeli and Jewish sites in India. But India has never said who was behind these attacks.
Not
So
publicly
there
at
are
least, huh?
two, see, there can be two reasons. Is India incompetent to know who was behind these attacks in her territory? I doubt it. I am not sure. I am sure India knows. Second, does India doesn't they don't want to walk a fine line by accusing the one who is behind these attacks, and that is Iran. Because if now let's take the things which have happened here now in this theater surrounding India. If someone takes, mind my French, please forgive my French, if someone takes a dump in your backyard in the Arabian Sea and goes for your ships, that is your economic. And then he takes a dump in your front yard inside Delhi proper. That person doesn't give regards to the sovereignty of India. India should know, if someone doesn't regard India's sovereignty on her territory, and India is not going to suffer these attacks. These are terrorist attacks, guys. This is terrorist attack. This is not Khalid Mashal. A month ago, he spoke in Kerala live. He is
Islam,
the leader of Hamas.
Hania spoke.
Khalid
Ismail
Mashal
Hania.
spoke. No, Hanias, it was Khalid Mashal. Look it up.
Really?
Khalid
Okay.
Mashal. Okay, this was the guy which Israel had poisoned him in Jordan. He was knocking on death's door, and because of the king of Jordan, he said, we will finish off the peace treaty with India, with Israel. We gave the antidote.
Yeah.
So this leader was speaking live. Hania is in Qatar. Hania is moving around. He was in Egypt last time, but uh, Khalid Marshall spoke live to the Kerala people. You should hear that speech, because he called out to bring down Hindutva and Judaism. Okay, you
पाकिस्तान
don't
में
you
इसको जोकिंगली बोलते हैं
see
यहूद और हनूद की लड़ाई.
Hanout ki sajish. So you don't believe politicians when they speak,
Yeah.
but when terrorists speak, you have to believe them. When Khalid Mashal spoke, and now I'll give you another hint. On the 22nd is the inauguration of Ram Mandir, if I'm right, Adi, January. They are openly saying they have disrupted now in Europe Christmas celebrations. Guys, what have Catholics to do with the conflict in the Middle East? So if Iran always fights proxy. Remember that. And I today remember a general in India, a late, and I miss him. You know who? General Bipin Rawat. When he spoke about a 2.5 front. What is that half front? Proxy in India. And Iran knows how to play this game very well. Iranian students studying in India, especially Delhi, Pune, and Mumbai, are not that innocent. Take it from me. These guys, the fingerprints you will not find. They will use useful idiots inside India. And there are a lot. Call it money, call it ideology, call it religion. That poison can be given to anyone. So, India should call out Iran. Okay? India will never be a superpower, economically, self sufficient, everything. But if another nation, again I'm saying, takes a dump in the capital of India, they should get the message that this is the last time and there will be consequences. They should be called out in public. Vishwa Guru and all this soft things don't go a lot. Sometimes, as I told, the stick and the carrot. Stick also should be wielded by India. May it be Pakistan, may it be China, may it be Iran. Why have India not up till now pointed out who were behind the attacks? Not one, not two, not three, and so many which were foiled before that. You all are not incompetent. Your security operation is top notch. But if politics or economic interest are involved, then I'm sorry. Erdogan in Turkey, I have more respect for a person like him when he says, Mossad, be careful if you carry out attacks in my territory in Turkey. That is something else Vikerada Modi has to say. If we want to take action, we'll take action anywhere around the world. Israel has proved it. But I want Indian politicians, Indian leaders. Today I was hearing to your defense minister, Rajnath Singh. He was saying those who were behind the attack will pay, we will find them out. Give the name of that country which is behind. May it be China, may it be Pakistan, may it be Iran. If you don't point out, this will come to bite you again and again. Because they know that India wants to be a Vishwa Guru or something, so we can and just take heat from your general Bipin Rawat. 2.5 front. That means people like Khalid Mashal making mischief. This is not mischief. This has become action, turned into action. Guys, don't be like Israel before the 7th. We too knew what is happening and we said, no, okay, it's all right. We'll hit back. We'll not hit back now. Point it out. Today, that boom was only a boom. If lives would have been lost, what should India do then? Go on a war front? To avoid war, you have to point out the problem and who is behind this mischief. This is not even mischief. They have attacked ships. By a miracle, no sailors were injured. And last time in the video, I had said, if you want to put a gun on the table, be ready to pull the trigger. But what I'm seeing about India, guys, I'm sorry to say, India doesn't even have a bullet in the barrel. If I am pointing it out, your enemies know it more than me. Pakistan knows you better, guys. What is happening in India? Pakistan owes money to Iran. $100 million on that pipeline between them. Each
No, no,
month,
no, much more than that.
they owe
Total
them
80.
they owe them $1 million each month. Now you think Iran, which fights with proxy, they have an army here on your west for money. Join the dots. Look again. I'm saying, do a lesson on your history. This is no play. This is terrorism proper. And I'm angry with India. You know why? Because 200 nations are there in this world where they pointed out where was the first nation which was not involved got an attack in her territory. Why India? Ask yourself, why India? That Erdogan in Turkey is warning us, Mossad, be careful, don't. Why is India not saying this to Iran? Okay, I am biased towards Iran. May it
I
be
personally, I
Pakistan or may
personally
it be
have a.
China.
It is Pakistan because
But
you know.
point it out, take action now.
No, let
Pakistan
the.
also is learning from Iran. This is a proxy war. This is people inside Iran, in India proper. Pakistanis didn't come to put that device
उसका तो
there.
है.
Okay?
See, the problem is that everybody kind of wants to fight the war one time at a time. जैसे अभी भी देख लो आप यूएस को भी देखो. And even this thing we've been saying कि भाई ये जो पूरा हमास का कचरा है. And today I'm going to expose Pakistani connections there. There is China connection there because Pakistan है तो China है, Iran है तो China है. It is very very simple. China is the main root cause of this entire thing. क्योंकि अगर ईरान से the only people that are buying oil is China. 4 million barrels a day. So it's terrible that nobody in the world is calling them out. हम बोल के हमारा बोलते हैं ना गला खराब हो गया है.
Why you are going to the world? Why is India not calling it out? Why Chabahar as a strategic equal to Gwadar? Is it so important for India that it will not call a spade a spade?
That's why
Is
देखो यार,
Chabahar in Iran such a strategic importance for India?
the reason is to देखो यार हमको भी थोड़ा सा we also need strategic depth in Afghanistan ना. तो वो तो देखो the problem is there's a lot of
Adi,
geopolitics involved in it.
sorry again for my French. They have taken a dump in your capital. What will it take for India? What will it take another 7th of October, like in Israel, to wake up? As I told you, I am also a DNA of India. I know my country. I know my psychic of Israel and India proper also. And India, unless given a slap or a hit to the face, doesn't wake up.
I think we need to wait for the investigation to happen क्योंकि हमारा जो ये NIA गया है ना अंदर. See,
इससे
NIA is
पहले
a
क्या हुआ था? 2 years ago, what had happened? Where is that
नहीं था उसका.
investigation? Where is
उसका
that
तो
investigation?
उसका निकला ना. There is.
Yeah.
There is a report. उसका report आया है which said that there
What?
are
Who was
elements
behind?
LET.
LET.
Pakistani
Who is
elite.
behind LET?
Pakistan.
तो क्या किया?
वो है
What
ना
was the response?
जो
If they are
जो
doing it
behind
again, they will do it again without a response.
जो behind थे they are behind. वो पूरा नेटवर्क आउट हो गया था वहां से. सी जो हमारी
This is
NIA है ना.
Iran. This is Iran. Israel has given India the
लेट्स सी क्या
dossier.
आता है इसके अंदर से बाहर. लेट्स सी क्या आता है इसके अंदर से बाहर बिकॉज सीधे व्हाट आई फील इज कहीं ना कहीं ये जो ड्रोन अटैक भी हुआ है. दीज आर ऑल लिंक्ड अप टुगेदर.
Yes.
ठीक है ये सारी कुछ चीजें लिंक्ड अप है. एंड मेरे हिसाब से जो कुछ गेम हो रही है इट्स नॉट अ सिंगुलर दिस थिंग. क्योंकि ये जो मैं बोलता हूँ एक्सेस ऑफ इविल जो नया बना है ना रोग नेशंस का. सो दैट इज हाउ इट्स नॉट जस्ट वन कंट्री हु इज डूइंग दिस. ये पूरा एक्सेस है जो खेल रहा है. ये है पाकिस्तान, चाइना, ईरान, टर्की. दीज आर दी एक्सेस.
Yes.
नॉर्थ कोरिया. ठीक है. रशिया अंदर घुसा, इसने देखा ये क्या हो रहा है, वो वापस बाहर आ गया कि भाई ये तेरा ये ठीक नहीं है. द प्रॉब्लम इज वी नो हमारे साथ भी यही चीजें हुई हैं. हमारे साथ तो we know the people that have damaged our embassies in USA.
Afghanistan.
No, USA में सैन फ्रांसिस्को में
Oh,
ट्वाइस.
that is Khalistan angle. Yeah.
जो भी है यार एम्बेसी इज एन एम्बेसी. उसके बाद लंदन में आप चढ़ के हमारा झंडा उतार रहे हैं आप. आपने झंडा उतारा ना बाय गाय कॉल्ड अवतार सिंह खंडा. उसके बाद उसको
What was
पॉइजनिंग हो
it,
जाती है.
Adi? What
और
was
वो
the response of India for that
आप कुछ कर नहीं
consulate in Great
सकते. इन
Britain?
लोगों को आप
You
कुछ कर ही
removed,
नहीं सकते.
you removed the security from the British consulate,
वो
and then they
निकाला
came
हमने.
to senses.
वो निकाला, बट यू नो द गेम इज ये, दिस इज दैट डर्टी ओल्ड गंदा डीप स्टेट प्लेइंग अराउंड, लेफ्टीज खेल रहे हैं, इन लोगों को खुला छोड़ रखा है. नोबडी इज कॉलिंग आउट चाइना यार, जो मेन फंडर है इस पूरे कचरे का.
So
मनी
this is
इज
the
नॉट
bottom
इनफ इन
line.
देयर, मनी
Nobody is
पाकिस्तान
calling
को
out.
करता है, कोई नहीं करता. यही प्रॉब्लम है, ये जो जियो पॉलिटिक्स में, दिस इज द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम. एंड एवरीबडी इज प्लेइंग अ गेम अगेंस्ट द अदर.
This is not
आप
game. Terrorism is
गेम
not a game.
तो ये तो
Terrorism is not a game.
आप मुझे बताओ, उस दिन अमेरिका में एक इंटेलिजेंस आई. क्या इंटेलिजेंस आई? कि साहब हमास का एक वो जो था, क्या नाम है, कोई सपोर्टर था, उसने बोला कि साहब मैं न्यूयॉर्क सबवे में आग लगाने वाला हूं. ओपन थ्रेट दिया उसने.
Yes.
आफ्टर दैट ही वेंट एंड लिट फायर टू द ब्लडी थिंग.
Yeah.
ठीक है. एंड इट टुक देम 3 days टू पिक हिम अप. ये तो हालत है इन लोगों की यार. द काइंड ऑफ काउंटर, यू नो, आई वोंट बी सरप्राइज्ड, ये जिसने ये करा होगा ना, इतनी क्लीनली निकला है ये बाहर. इफ दिस इज अ big ranking person somewhere, it's not some planku. You know, you never know, because
Adi,
ये जो जितनी
what
ये
happens
breed है
in
ना,
what happens in the US, what happens in England is their problem. Okay?
yeah.
We are today acting upon is Indian. India, as I pointed out, in about 200 nations around the world, is the first to have an attack on its soil in regards to this conflict.
No.
Okay?
No. That I
Who
will
was the
correct you.
first?
Turkey, my dear, the embassy was attacked there. There was fire
Which
lit to it.
embassy?
Israeli embassy.
Is that I'm not of that I'm saying what happened in Turkey will happen in Egypt, will happen, not will happen in UAE. UAE it will not happen. Okay?
यूएई में तो यार मरना है.
That is sponsored by Erdogan, that is sponsored by the nation. India is not like that. Don't equivalent between India and Turkey. What happens in Turkey is not India. We don't have in India a dictator like Erdogan.
I
Okay?
wish.
Modi, for me, is a
Then
great
see,
leader. You know, when you are
I'll be honest with you. I think we need to kind of figure out the game, because मेरे हिसाब से we need to not deal with these symptoms. We need to deal with the disease.
that's what I'm saying. Call
Okay,
out the
and
disease. At
disease,
least tell what is the disease. This is the disease of terrorism.
yeah, the
First of all,
disease is something that we need to address. ठीक है, terrorism तो एक तरफ है, terrorism is also being used. आपकी तरफ जो हो रहा है, CNN is known as the Air Force of Hamas.
yeah.
ठीक है, so it's a very simple thing. तो आगे चलते हैं. This is one incident. After that, now, you know, the next thing that has come, which is very interesting, जो मैं आपको बताऊं कि हमास थैंक्स पाकिस्तान फॉर अनइक्वल सपोर्ट अमिड वॉर. ठीक है. एंड ये बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है कि भाई पहले आपने 1-1.5 महीने पहले सपोर्ट मांगी, अब कहते हो थैंक यू फॉर द सपोर्ट. तो व्हाट हैज पाकिस्तान एक्चुअली पुट इन देयर इज समथिंग दैट वी नीड टू लुक एट. 25 तारीख को बड़ी जबरदस्त रैली हुई थी पाकिस्तान में, बाय द वे, प्रो हमास रैली. ठीक है. दूसरा चीज, इस्लामिक कन्वेंशन हुई 25 तारीख को, जहां पर हमास के लीडर्स आए और उन्होंने बोला अपने न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स को यूज करो. ठीक है. सो इट्स वेरी, यू नो, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट
I will
वी
give
वी वी
Modi's
अंडरस्टैंड.
answer to this. What
ठीक
was
है.
Modi's answer? हमारे यहाँ जो न्यूक्लियर रखे दिवाली के लिए रखे
यार ये ना,
इजराइल में.
आई डोंट थिंक पाकिस्तानीज इवन हैव देयर वेपन्स. वो अलग चीज है, बट किसी और दिन बात करेंगे. पाकिस्तान का प्रेसिडेंट कहता है देयर इज नो टू स्टेट सोल्यूशन, देयर इज ओनली वन
He's
स्टेट
right.
सोल्यूशन.
He's right. It is a Jewish state nation, one state.
अब पता
He's
नहीं
right.
उसका, अब उसको इजराइल तो बोल नहीं सकता ना यार, उसके पासपोर्ट पे लिखा हुआ है, आप मानते नहीं हो.
So
ही
he's
कांट
telling the
इवन से
truth.
दैट.
It is only one nation, Jewish nation.
ठीक है, उसके बाद जियाउल हक ने 20,000 पैलेस्टीनियन मारे थे 67 के बाद, जब ये सारे
Black
हमास
September.
नहीं, पैलेस्टीनियन सब भागे थे ना जॉर्डन के अंदर, तो
It was
जॉर्डन ने
called as
कचरा
Black
किया था,
September.
तो वहां पर ओहो ये क्या हो गया, तो उन्होंने बोला यार आके खत्म करो इनको,
From that was
सो
formed Black September, which carried out the
या
attack in Munich
म्यूनिक 72 में
Olympics.
पाकिस्तान के एक रेजोल्यूशन भी पास हो जाता है, ठीक है, कि भाई पाकिस्तान इज सपोर्टिंग अ रेजोल्यूशन, राइट ऑफ सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन। अब इसमें देखो मैं आपको बड़े इंटरेस्टिंग चीज बताऊं, राइट ऑफ सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन, ये मैं बोल रहा हूँ इसराइल और भारत को ना ये सेम उसमें डालेंगे, ठीक है, गाजा के लिए सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन, वही चीज वो कश्मीर में डालेगा। एनीवेज कश्मीर का तो गेम उसका लॉस हो गया है, बट कोई बात नहीं। आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू द काइंड ऑफ सपोर्ट दैट पाकिस्तान इज गिवन टू हमास, ठीक है। पाकिस्तान का एक सेनेटर है, ओके, उसने तो ओपनली बोला था, इसका सेनेटर का नाम है राजा जफर उल हक, ओपनली बोला था कि साहब हमारी एक कमांडो की बटालियन वहां पर है, हमास को ट्रेन कर रही है वो, और हमास वाले हमारे पास भी आते थे ट्रेन होने के लिए, ओपनली 2021 का इसका स्टेटमेंट है ये। एंड इससे क्रॉस लर्निंग क्या हुई मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ, आई विल बी दिस थिंग। 2021 में ये हुआ, 2021 के बाद पंजाब में और जेएनके में टनल्स बनने शुरू हो गए थे, ठीक है, तो टनल उधर पे बन रहे, टनल इधर पे बन रहे, आप देख रहे हो द काइंड ऑफ स्टफ व्हिच इज हैपनिंग। सो पाकिस्तान हैज बीन डीपली इन्वॉल्वड इन दिस, एंड ये फिर वही थ्योरी आ जाती है रोग नेशंस की, ठीक है, बार बार वही है। हमारे एक एनालिस्ट हैं सुशांत सरीन जी, जिनको मैं लेके आऊंगा चैनल पे, इज अ वेरी वेरी कीन वॉचर ऑफ पाकिस्तान, उन्होंने भी लिखा है ये चीज। सो इट्स नॉट माय थ्योरी अलोन, लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैव रिटन दिस, ठीक है। मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, पश्तो में आईएसकेपी में एक चीज निकाली है। आईएसकेपी कहां पर है? इट इज अ पाकिस्तानी आर्मी सपोर्टेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन,
Khorasan.
ठीक है, जो कहते हैं कि साहब हम जरा इसराइल में अटैक करेंगे जाके, राइट, ड्रोन अटैक, एम्बेसी, पाकिस्तान का तो 100% नाम हाथ है इसके अंदर, आई कैन से इट वेरी क्लियरली, क्योंकि जिस तरह की पॉलिटिक्स भारत में हो रही है ना इस टाइम पे, वी नो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग अराउंड, हमको पता है यहाँ पर एक एक जितने भी 1500 1600 लोग बैठे हैं, एवरीबडी नोज अंदर क्या है, अंदर से सबको पता है किसका हाथ है। देयर इज ओनली वन कंट्री दैट हैज कैपेबिलिटी, तो सबके अंदर है, ये कंट्री के अंदर इंटेंट है, ठीक है। सो ये बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग गेम है। हूतीज बोलते हैं कि साहब हमने नहीं करा ये सब, यूएसए वाले आपको छेड़े, एंड आई टेंड टू बिलीव दैट, बाय द वे, फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम आई बिलीव द हूतीज इन समथिंग, क्योंकि वो
Houthis.
जो जगह इस लोकेशन पे हिट हुआ है ना, यू नो व्हाट दे सेइंग, कि यार हमारा एक रिकॉनेसेंस ड्रोन उड़ रहा था, अमेरिकन ट्राइड टू शूट इट डाउन, उन लोगों ने बहुत सारी मिसाइल्स डाली हैं, ये एक आपको हिट हुई है। शाम को रूमर इंटेलिजेंस के हिसाब से, आई एम सेइंग इट वेरी क्लियरली, रूमर इंटेलिजेंस के हिसाब से लोग बोल रहे हैं अभी तक, एज ऑफ नाउ 10:35, एज ऑफ नाउ 27 दिसंबर, कल सुबह अगर कुछ चेंज हो जाता है तो प्लीज डोंट ब्लेम मी, बट एज ऑफ नाउ पीपल आर सेइंग इट सीम्स मोर लाइक अ मिसाइल दैट हिट दैट शिप रादर देन अ ड्रोन। आई डोंट नो, दोपहर में मैंने बोला था कि पाकिस्तानी सबमरीन में से ड्रोन फायर हुआ है ये,
Has it
पाकिस्तानी
reached
स्लैश चाइनीज सबमरीन।
India? Has that ship reached India?
अभी आज
So there
दोपहर
will
में
be
पहुंचा है,
forensic. They will check the
सब कुछ।
forensic of the explosives there.
आई हैव शोन अ पीस ऑफ द ड्रोन स्लैश मिसाइल व्हाटएवर
Drones,
वाज इट,
yeah.
पीस
It was a
दिखाया है,
drone.
क्या है पता नहीं, यू डोंट नो, लेट्स सी। एंड गेम क्या है मैं आपको बताऊं, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर। सी इंडिया इज वन कंट्री जो अपना स्टैंड बना के बड़ा खड़ा हुआ है वहां पर, नोबडी इज बीन एबल टू इन्फ्लुएंस इट, दे वांट अस टू गो दिस वे दैट वे, हम कहीं जाने को तैयार नहीं है, वी आर नॉट विलिंग टू मूव आवर ग्राउंड। आज हमारे जयशंकर साहब बैठे हैं रशिया में, ठीक है, इट्स अ क्लियर कट दिस थिंग। और क्या बोलते हैं भाई, दिस इज द मोस्ट सिग्निफिकेंट रिलेशनशिप ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। तो हमारी तरफ से भी काफी मैसेजिंग हो रही है। और हमारे साथ क्या क्या हो रहा है, हमको तो बोलते हैं मर्डरर हो आप, अननोन गनमैन भेज के हमारे बंदों को उड़ाते हो। एक बेचारा लॉयर है, उसको उड़ा रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो आप ये? तो ये बेसिकली क्या है, ये आपका अटेंशन डाइवर्ट करने की बात है, ताकि आप कोई कहीं ना कहीं गलती करो। एंड दे वांट अस टू मेक अ मिस्टेक, जो हम करने नहीं वाले। द पॉइंट इज
What
दे
will that
वांट अस टू
mistake
बी,
be, Adi? What can that mistake be?
दे वांट अस टू बी इन अ वॉर।
With whom? With
सिंपल एज
Pakistan?
दैट। किसी के साथ भी कहीं तो घुसो यार तुम, चाइना से लड़ लो, सी में लड़ लो, पाकिस्तान से लड़ लो, कुछ तो करो, नहीं तो तुम्हारी यार इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ कैसे रुकेगी?
So you're pointing towards the USA.
आई एम पॉइंटिंग टुवर्ड्स द इंटायर ओल्ड डीप स्टेट। दिस इज अ गेम बीइंग प्लेड बाय देम। ये ईरान, ये वो सब चंटू बंटू हैं। ईरान ड्यूरिंग द टाइम व्हेन ट्रम्प वाज देयर वाज ऑन हिज नीज। उसके पास पैसे नहीं थे खाना खरीदने को। बाइडेन आया, $6 बिलियन उसको आते साथ दिए थे ईरान को, $6 बिलियन। व्हाई? व्हाई इज ईरान अलाउड? जब आपकी पर्शियन गल्फ के अंदर पूरी पर्शियन गल्फ की फ्लीट है, फिफ्थ फ्लीट वहां बैठती है पूरी, हाउ इज ईरान अलाउड टू सेल हिज ऑयल जब उसके पास सैंक्शंस हैं, उसके ऊपर सैंक्शंस हैं? यूएसए कर रहा है। तो यू हैव बिल्ट अप द मॉन्स्टर दैट इज ईटिंग योर फ्रेंड नाउ एंड बाइटिंग यू इन योर बैक साइड। और बोलते क्या हो, भारत को लड़ा दो इसके साथ, भारत को उसके साथ लड़ा दो। हम क्यों लड़े भाई? वाई शुड वी फाइट? हमको आज चाहिए, वी नीड टू ग्रो सो दैट टुमारो व्हेन वी नीड टू फाइट, वी फाइट स्ट्रांग। देखो यार, हमारे अंतरशास्त्र में ना एक चीज लिखी है, डिले द वॉर टिल द टाइम यू आर स्ट्रांग इनफ ऑफ इंश्योरिंग कंप्लीट विक्ट्री। चाणक्य नीति है ये, बड़ा क्लियरली लिखा है ये। डिले द वॉर, टेक वॉट एवर कम्स योर वे, जब तक आप इतने तगड़े ना हो कि जब आप मैदान में उतरो दूसरा बंदा गिर जाए नीचे, डर से ही गिर जाए कि ये कौन आ गया है ये बाहर। हम सुनजू के थोड़ा से, अब सुनजू आया था यहाँ पर, वो चाइनीज है ना, कट कॉपी पेस्ट करके गया था यहाँ से चोरी करके। जब तक वहां
From
पर पहुंचा
Chanakya,
उसको
yeah.
थोड़ा, वो थोड़ा था क्या हो गया था,
Art of
कंफ्यूज हो गया था।
war.
नहीं नहीं, सुनजू आया था
Sun
इधर
Tzu
पे,
was Art of war.
तो वहां पर जाके ना कंफ्यूज हो गया था, कंफ्यूज हो गया था, तो उसने फिर गलत लिख दिया उधर पे। जस्ट किडिंग, बट दिस इज व्हाट आवर गेम इज। वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू फाइट विद एनीबॉडी टिल द टाइम वी आर रेडी। हम नहीं लड़ेंगे यार, क्यों लड़े हम लोग? देयर इज ओनली वन कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड जहां पर यार जिसकी इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ है आज। हम ही लड़ गए तो पूरी दुनिया में खाना कौन खिलाएगा भाई?
So what should India do?
दिस इज द टाइम फॉर अस टू
Wait,
काइंड ऑफ
wait and watch.
नॉट वेट एंड वॉच। हमारा टाइम पता है कब आएगा? दिस इज अ वेरी वनरेबल टाइम फॉर इंडिया ऑल्सो। क्यों? इलेक्शंस आ रहे हैं, ठीक है? वी नीड टू गो थ्रू दिस इलेक्शंस। द नेक्स्ट गवर्नमेंट विच विल कम, विच विल बी प्रीटी मच यही वाली गवर्नमेंट आएगी, एंड उसके बाद चीजें होंगी। आज एक
You know
चीज
what you
जयशंकर साहब ने बड़ी क्लियरली बोल दी है कि वी विल हैव टू टेक बिग डिसीजंस नेक्स्ट ईयर। वेरी क्लियर है। जयशंकर जब बोलता है ना, यू शुड नो कुछ आ रहा है वहां से, कुछ आएगा।
So I'll come
सो
in
इट्स गोइंग
now.
टू
I'll tell you.
बी,
What you're
प्लीज
saying that we'll wait and watch
ना,
was the same thing
वेट
till the 6th of
एंड
October.
वॉच।
Israel was during using the same calculation. Wait and
Correct.
watch, and then they attacked. Okay? Preemptive attack like surgical strikes, which happened in Pakistan proper. Okay? As I told you, India has a gun. The United States has a cannon. But nobody gives a damn about what the US has because they're not willing to use it. Why are
It's
we
not that
laughing at the United States?
we are not willing
Okay?
to use it. We want to use it when we know we will win.
When will you use it? When 22 sailors would have been killed on that ship? Was it
Hmm.
enough? Because I'm telling you, the same thing happened in Israel. We were this Iron Dome. Okay? We call it not a blessing now, we call it a curse. Iron Dome was a curse in the long run because we were all the time saying, okay, they are firing rockets. We are destroying 95%, 98% rockets. जी लेंगे. We will wait and watch. We will wait for our time. And then suddenly they attacked us. If that this would have not been there 20 years ago, Iron Dome, Israel would have gone in that time and Hamas was even not half what it is today and
Hmm.
destroyed them. Because Adi, your enemies are not sitting and watching only. They are also taking lessons. They are also getting stronger. You are right. You have to hit when you are strong. But you should let the enemy know
Oh, that
that
is
don't
known.
F with us. Okay?
Trust
Israel,
me,
हमारा यही
Pakistan.
प्रॉब्लम था.
Hmm.
Everybody knew that don't F with Israel. But Hamas came and they showed the world that a small terrorist army nearly brought a nation like Israel to its knees. So India is a big target, like flexing muscle. Flexing muscle is not mean that doesn't mean that you choke the guy off, but that guy should know I cannot f with this nation called India. That should be a clear message, not diplomatically. Pakistan, before the surgical strikes, it took two surgical strikes which we know about for them to call for a ceasefire, and still they are playing games again in
वो
Kashmir.
तो करेंगे करेंगे यार. अरे साहब,
That is
we,
religion. That is
we need
religion. That is ideology.
yeah, we need to understand two
bloody
things about
country
Pakistan.
bloody country has no economy, has
Oh, nahi.
nothing. Okay, and still they want a war with India. Why? As I told you in the last video, this enemy called jihadis, they have lost their father, they have lost their mother, they have lost limb, they have lost their homes, and still he's happy. Why? Because he gave my son, my beloved son, a bloody nose. And I'm not, I don't care what I've done to that enemy.
Nahi, see, I'll tell you,
My
there are
son's
two, three
bloody
other things.
nose is more important to me.
There are two, three other things. For example, I'll be very honest with you. We also see a yearning कि भाई इसको divert करो. And trust you me, मैं एक चीज बता रहा हूँ, we don't want to get into a war in any way. It's not our
This is
time.
not war. There
एक
is
second, let me,
something in between war and full-fledged war
yeah, yeah.
and
हमारा,
giving a good message.
see, let me tell you couple of things. जो चीजें हम लोग करते हैं ना, we don't speak. For example, I'll give you a small example. Today there was a pipeline that went up in Pakistan, which is the main gas pipeline of Rawalpindi. Right now, if somebody is going to tell me कि हमने नहीं करा वो कुछ, I'll accept it. And if somebody is going to come and tell me हमने करा है वो, I'll accept it. ठीक है? तो it's a very simple thing. दूसरा, इतने सारे ये जो तड़क 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 करके बंदे गिर रहे हैं ना चारों तरफ, the game that we are playing is a little different. Pakistan today is at a place of begging. If you think that Bharat has nothing to do with it, mm-mm.
Yeah, it's Bharat, yeah.
China is at a place जब वो आंखें दिखाता था हमारे को आके बॉर्डर के ऊपर, एक साल से ज्यादा हो गया साहब. ही केम टू यांगजे इन द ईस्ट. आज सुबह मैं वीडियो देख रहा था उसका. हमारे 50 guys beat the living daylight out of 400 of them. ठीक है, उसके बाद से उसने आंख नहीं उठाई इस तरफ आने की.
So I stand
So
corrected.
the
Force
deal
were
is,
used. Force
the
was
force was
used.
used. Absolutely. But the force was used at the right time. The deal in India today is, I'll tell you, the leadership says one thing very clearly, that the situation is too heated up. If we react in that same heated manner, we will be in the bloody middle of a conflict without us wanting it to be there. Escalatory ladder पे हमको चढ़ना है, and we take a step at a time rather than going straight to the top. Because remember, the problem with Bharat today is what you guys used to face in 1967, and add the nuclear button to it. Israel had a existential crisis in 67. क्या existential crisis था? You were surrounded by countries who were
73. Yeah,
ठीक है
67. Yeah.
67 70. We've got two nuclear armed neighbors, both looking for an opportunity. And मैं क्यों बोलता हूँ China involved है? Even I mean, if you take the Israeli example, people know China is involved. बट इसराइल से मैं आपने ही बोला यार इसराइल में तो कुछ बोलता ही नहीं है इसके बारे में.
कोई नहीं बोल रहा है, कुछ नहीं. No.
अमेरिका क्यों नहीं बोलता है इसके बारे में कुछ? The problem is everybody wants to play. It's not a problem, it's the real life. Real life is a little that जो real politic है ना, that always comes into play कहीं ना कहीं. कुछ ना कुछ बैलेंसिंग एक्ट, कुछ ना कुछ कनेक्शन, कुछ ना कुछ गेम खेलनी है कहीं ना कहीं. बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ इट अगर हम नहीं कर पाएंगे वो चीज, इफ द इंटायर रीजन गोज अप इन फ्लेम्स, ट्रस्ट मी नोबडी विंस. एंड ये जो गधे हैं ना हमारे साथ में, स्पेशली दोनों तरफ, दे आर वेटिंग फॉर अस टू मेक अ मिस्टेक. ट्रस्ट मी, मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा. अगर ये लोग, इफ वी मेक अ सिंगल मिस्टेक समवेयर, especially our northern friend will be at us on our throat. ठीक है, बिकॉज ही इज वेटिंग. वो क्यों कर रहा है ये रजौरी में अटैक्स? आपका अटेंशन डाइवर्ट कर रहा है सी के अंदर. उसको चाहिए कहीं ना कहीं यार आप थोड़े ट्रूप्स डिले करो उस तरफ से, आप इधर लेके आओ, ट्रूप्स डिले करो, एंड यू प्लीज ब्रिंग हिम दिस वे सो दैट वहां का खाली हो जाए एंड वी आर एबल टू डू समथिंग टू भारत. But this is very interesting actually. You know why? Because आपका perspective is about aggression. Mine is also the same thing. But mine, I am saying
In due
we
time.
need to be very careful. क्योंकि
So I'll.
we can't have both of us in a fight यार. आज देख लो साहब, there are two civilizational states. एक आपका है, एक हमारा है.
Okay. Now can I come in now? Okay.
Please,
You're
absolutely.
right. Okay. You're right. But in intelligence and in war, how does the enemy perceive you? Also is the factor. अगर उसको लगा इंडिया नापुंसक है, okay, if they come, no, you have to send the right signal, because Aadi and Ofer know that India is strong. India can react on its own accord in due time. But how the enemy perceives it? If the enemy has set foot, as I told you, in your backyard and now in your front yard, if he takes the wrong signal like Hamas nearly brought us to our knees. They were, see, Iran and Hamas and all the Arab world are still stuck on the 7th of October. Okay? They think they have won. Iran thinks they have won. Okay? They still think, you can read what Hamas is saying about Israel. They have killed 5,000 soldiers. They have one third of them are injured and everything. Okay, they lie. But that lie becomes reality. Okay? They now every rational human being knows that Israel is here to stay. Okay? You cannot wipe out Israel from the map because we are here to stay. But still, they didn't give us a bloody nose. They kicked ass. Let's call it, yes, in Israel. So they think they have won. This is the same thing with India. If your enemy thinks that India is getting hit again and again and again, like I told you, from the till the 6th of October, they were firing rockets, and we used to say, if it hits a kindergarten and it kills 20 children, God forbid, then it's war. As you pointed out in your last video, 27,000 rockets were fired, 2,700 rockets fired. Okay? If that one rocket would have hit a kindergarten, then it's war. No, you cannot wait for the enemy And then you can do whatever you want, destroy him. Like I told you, you can destroy him, but at least the enemy should know that don't start this with us. There are many phases. They learn you. The enemy learns you. Okay, they say, I did this, inaction. I did that, I climbed another ladder, inaction. Fourth ladder, we denounce. UN, how they say in UN, we denounce what has happened. We call out enemies, don't test us. Then they climb another ladder. And when is the final ladder? Is you up to you. Because they will climb those ladders again and again and again. And if, God forbid, tomorrow 22 sailors would have died at Adi, what should India have done? I am
Oh, then
asking
there would
you
have
now.
been a very. Let me see. There are two, three other things. We are not people. I'll be very
Now you
honest.
can say we can wait, but I'm asking you, as an
Mm,
Israeli who has we
mm.
have faced this dilemma.
No, no.
22 of Indian sailors have been killed by a drone. God forbid, if that drone would have hit and sank that ship, what would
See,
have been
there are
India's
there are
action?
there are two, three
UN?
things. There are two, three things. You know, I'll be very honest with you. There are two, three things. One, we don't do all this stuff. Secondly, there is a very simple thing that needs to be looked at. And when I'm saying this, this is not the India that people thought कि boss we can screw around with India and this thing. And मैं seriously बता रहा हूँ अगर आपने मेरा दोपहर का शो देखा होता, you would have you know realized one thing: the kind of non hitting that we are giving to even America today is not
Economically,
something. Which, no, not economically, diplomatically. आप बोलो
diplomatically,
बच्चा
okay.
ये वो खालिस्तानी को करते हो, ये करते हो, वो करते हो. We are not saying anything there also. This is probably the first time our prime minister has come out and said, "Ki boss, you guys are don't cross the line," because we don't talk that much. But when we talk, people listen. That is the difference in today's India. पहले हम लोग बात ही नहीं करते थे, ना कुछ करते थे. लेकिन ये जो 4-5 साल से जो चीजें चेंज हुई है ना, let me assure you, nobody in the region understand has a misconception कि हम लोग ना चुप करके बैठ जाएंगे, हम लोग we will not say anything. I'll give you a small example. The minute this thing in Rajouri happened, na, you know what the Pakistani army did after that? The next very day, they burnt two
No.
kilometers of jungle next to the line of control.
Why?
क्योंकि घुस के मारेंगे उनको. उनके दिमाग में वही है. I mean,
बस
that's
आके किया
that's
ना, आके
ठीक है.
किया.
Now
Four soldiers lost their lives.
I'll give you another example. I'll give you another example. Before G20, something happened in Kashmir. ठीक है. There was a big hit that was done by India. Almost 200 of their chaps टक करके वापस आ गए. One newspaper, Dainik Jagran, Hindi newspaper in Rajasthan leaked it. Everybody say nothing happened. It was quieted down. Reason was all the presidents were coming in, prime ministers were coming in. You didn't want to have tensions at that time, so you quieted down quietly. Even Pakistan didn't say anything. ना आपने कुछ बोला. चुप. ठीक है. So our game is a bit different. ये ना ये जो real politics खेलते हैं ना ये लोग, people like Modi and all these guys. These guys are the problem. The reason why everybody says यार मोदी साहब क्या बोल रहे हैं is because they don't speak that much. When they speak, then they will say, oh shit, ये गड़बड़ होगी. And today America is realizing it. You've crossed a line with it, with India.
But
आज
I
जो
still,
चीज बोली है ना जयशंकर ने वहां पर इधर पे रशिया में, ट्रस्ट यू मी, स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर आज चीजें हो रही होंगी कि भाई
Adi, my heart lies with India.
एक्शन
But
में लाते
still, I want as an Israeli, okay? We are aggressive. We are aggressive. But we had that same conception here in Israel. Okay, they are trying, we are succeeding. They are trying, we are succeeding to falter there. Hamas is deterred. Hamas knows Israel is strong. The world knows Israel is strong. Okay, 7th October happened. I am still asking you, what should have been is India's action if, God forbid, 22 sailors would have died? Should India wait in that position? Because they're trying. That drone was not meant to go and do around that ship. It bloody collided in that ship. That is a miracle that it didn't sink, or life was not lost. What should India do in this situation? That I'm asking you as an Israeli, because we would have taken action. Even
That's
if
the way Israel. See, Dekho, I'll tell you what. The two countries behave differently because of the way they are, right? And one of the things that Bharat has today. See, we are not looking at ours is not a survival tactic. Yours, Israel, we know, and we appreciate the factor that अगर Israel नहीं act करेगा ना aggressively, the question of survival will come for Israel. For us, that's not the case. The problem right now is very simple. As a growing power, we also have to see there are 130, 140 other countries looking at how India is behaving today, right? When you suddenly in a scenario in a polarized scenario right now, आप जब बिना किसी चीज के कुछ करोगे, you will go aggressive and you'll do something, you will have problems.
बिना
And see,
किसी चीज के
it's,
nobody
it,
lost life.
no, let me finish. Secondly, we have also a challenge wherein the intelligence is not there fully, right? We don't know where it has come from, right? Why should I open my cards and say भैया मैं मारने वाला हूं किसी को? मैं नहीं बोलूंगा, मैं चुपचाप रहूंगा. एंड इंटेलिजेंस फेलियर्स तो यार हर जगह है. CIA, Mossad,
That's life. We
रॉ.
didn't have intelligence. We didn't have intelligence on the seven.
ठीक है,
Yeah,
तो
it's
काफी सारी चीजें हैं. We are, our leadership today is not a very impulsive leadership. They will say, nah, wait, hang on. जहां मारना होता है, by the way, we are the only country in the world that has gone and hit a nuclear power. By the way, air raids with a nuclear power. We fought a war with a nuclear power. We are facing off as we speak with two nuclear powers. And one of them rogue enough to bloody have a nuclear policy जो बोलती है कि आप मेरी टेरिटरी में घुसोगे, मैं अपनी टेरिटरी में न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब फेंकूंगा आपको रोकने के लिए. This is Pakistan's nuclear policy, by the way. This is what we face here. And we are trying to now, आपने विश्वगुरु बोला, we are trying to come out of this and literally take half the world, which is the global south, along with us and say कि भैया
Africa.
we are a reasonable power. We are going to be supporting you. We are going to be standing by you. We are going to be doing all this stuff. उसके लिए ना कहीं the kind of approach that we are taking, although मेरे को भी चढ़ता है यार, let me assure you this. I mean, how dare you bloody do something in the oceans? Yeah, this is a global common. You cannot do this. आप ये बीच में ऐसे बेवकूफी, अब एक ड्रोन फेंक रहे हो. I mean, what is the use of throwing that drone? Nothing. Ships are
On
still
whom?
going.
India is no party in this.
ठीक है. And it's not our ship, by the way. It's not even, ये तो पहले प्रोपेगेंडा यूएसए ने चलाया था.
Sai Baba
This is
was
the
not
worst.
Indian.
No, none of them is an Indian ship.
Sai Baba.
No, sir, it is not. It is a Gabon registered ship. It was flying for an. It was sailing for an Indian merchant. That's the beauty of this whole thing. And the problem is that they want us to be in this bloody configuration. कहीं ना कहीं से यार अगर हम भी घुस जाएंगे ना इसके अंदर, बैलेंस आउट कौन करेगा इस चीज को? आज बात हुई है सऊदी एंड इंडिया की, ठीक है, क्राउन प्रिंस एंड प्राइम मिनिस्टर स्पोकन. These are the people that are going to balance it out. Today, if China is keeping quiet, he knows, bossy, if I cross a line, I'll get hit from the other side. But if we go into a war, let me assure you, Taiwan is done. It's finished. Khatam. The only reason why we are this thing is that, ki bhaiya, hang on, we need to kind of just take a little strong stance. बट आराम से देखते हैं क्या है, एंड लेट्स सी. बट लेट मी आल्सो से दिस, हैविंग सेड जस्टिफाइड द पोजीशन दैट इंडिया इज टेकिंग, अगर हमको कोई इंटेलिजेंस क्लियरली आती है कि ये ड्रोन यहाँ हुआ है, ये यहाँ से हुआ है, गर्दनें तोड़ दो, सिंपल एज दैट. कोई डाउट नहीं है उसके अंदर मेरे को. नेक शुड बी ब्रोकन, एंड आवाज आनी चाहिए पब्लिकली.
So
टाई
India will
अप
go
दी,
for the Houthis if it's the Houthis or if it's Iran.
लेट मी
Okay?
टेल यू वन, मैं दो चीज आपको बताता हूँ. ईरान का, मैंने आई हैव स्पोकन टू कपल ऑफ पीपल फ्रॉम द एयरफोर्स एंड ऑल दैट, हु सेड यार ये ड्रोन इतना लंबा ना इन द मिडल ऑफ द ओशन, इट्स नॉट फ्रॉम ईरान. This is something that has been fired from the ocean, by whom we'll have to see. So it could be anybody else, but it is not come from land. That is where I thought of the theory कि पाकिस्तानी सबमरीन्स वहां पर ऑपरेट करती हैं उस एरिया के अंदर. एंड आई सेड ये पाकिस्तानी सबमरीन में से निकला कहीं से बाहर. Where the guidance system would have been provided, यार ईरान के पास इतनी गाइडेंस नहीं है कि बीच रास्ते में you're going to hit a bloody moving target with a drone. Ah, there are very few countries in the world that have that kind of guidance. So there is a big game here. It is not just one country. I am you know ready to see this. A lot of people will say this, yaar, oh, India is being pacifist and all that. No, it's not. Because we want to fight the real enemy. And our fight is with the real enemy. India is the only country in the world that has actually sanctioned China. No country in the world has been able to do it. We are the only country in the world that banned TikTok. No other country in the world except for Nepal now who's done it. And for me right now, let me tell you this, I find the CIA involved in all this.
See, Adi, there are a lot of speculations, okay, about everything. Who may be involved, who may not be involved. But I am a fan of history. Okay? Now you're right. India is not that India of the 80s or 90s or even the early 2000s. But during this government also time, okay, I'm not going against any political this, but I'm saying India always has that diplomatic angle to its response. Okay? Now, you are lucky that no life was lost. Again, I'm saying it. No life was lost. And so you don't have to come to that question, what if? But you have to face the fact that someone took a dump in Delhi. It may be not that boom, but somebody had the audacity to make a move in India's capital.
Yeah. And do you know something, by
Okay?
the way?
That is
After
a
the
fact.
drone attack, after the drone attack, a lot of people think that we won't act against Iran. Bullshit. After the drone
You,
attack, our navy boarded two Iranian ships. Again, let me say this very openly. No other country has done it. We were the only country that stopped two Iranian ships and said, wait, our navy is going to come in and check your bloody areas. Okay, we
let
boarded
us
two ships
let us
right now.
agree. Let us agree that someone or some group of nations wants to drag India, okay, without her consent and without her wanting, inside a hot conflict. Okay, that we can agree.
Yeah,
Okay, I am saying India has the right to attack, to respond in any way or matter she likes and any time.
yeah.
Life has been lost, life has not been lost. But at least now, till now, India is lucky that no life has been lost, thank God. But there is intent.
Oh,
What
yes.
has happened in Rajouri, life was lost. You cannot, if you are going to join dots in the Arabian Sea, in Delhi, and in Rajouri,
Oh, yes.
you cannot keep Rajouri out of focus in this data. Okay? Someone took action. Four brave hearts of the Indian army had to lose their lives. The bodies were
Mutilated. Mutilated.
mutilated. We are not going inside that. But someone had the audacity to do this thing. So now India can tell herself, but Adi and Ofer are online with people watching us. And if we come to a conclusion that there
2000,
are
by the way.
enemies,
By the way, 2000 people are watching this debate.
good, good, because India has been dragged in this unwillingly. Somebody wants to hit
Absolutely
India
correct.
economically, okay, commerce. They want even, there is another angle. In the Arab world, they are saying India is taking Israel's side. Pakistan wants to wants a capital on that. You know how? They want to show the world that see India is with Israel. And then all these things, you know what is happening now? Economically, commerce, militarily, terrorism are all focused. What is happening with us in Israel? The second nation which is dealing now is India. Judaism and Sanatan. They want to break Israel and India's commerce, friendship. They want to bring a wedge in between the Islamic world and India. Okay? Now I'm saying, as you pointed out, the Saudi Arabian prince, UAE, these are rational people. But there are irrational people like Pakistan, in Iran. So now India has to give a clear message to other nations that see what is happening in the Middle East. Don't bring it in our courtyard. Don't bring it in our nation. And you cannot like act like we are laughing now today. In the UN, what they say, you know, we deplore this act of terrorism and all. No. I'm again pointing out, you know, there is good this of India also. I bring another angle here. Israeli army, there is censorship on about the ammunition which has been used. Okay, in one front now, only Gaza. What will happen in the north with Hezbollah is 10 times more. We have the Houthis, we have Syria, we have Iraq, we have Iran to deal with. So when India says Atmanirbhar Bharat, okay, ammunition, you know we are dependent now on the United States.
And they're pulling
They
you.
are giving us 10 to
Oh,
20 billion dollars, but they are saying
ah,
these are coupons. Okay, you can buy only in America if you want to buy F-35s,
Hello?
if you want to buy ammunition. So when
Yeah.
India is saying Atmanirbhar, self-sufficient, guys, I told you, learn from Israel. Always learn what happens in Israel. Take a lesson from us. When you are
But
manufacturing your own goods, Kalashnikovs in UP, AK-47, sorry, in UP, ammunition, 155 millimeter artillery shells. We had 100 flights from the US in these 2.5 months from the US, three large cargo ships bringing ammunition to Israel. And we are only fighting Gaza. And this will go on for another few months. So India is a superpower, but still, again, I will point out a superpower is never a superpower. You don't have to go and hit innocent countries like the US or Russia or anything. No, India, I know, I have the DNA. India is a spiritual power, but spiritual comes like Chanakya said. If you have, you should hold a stick to. So an enemy knows that this is not the Gandhi's India.
Absolutely.
This is
Can I
Bhagat
also say?
Singh. This is Subhash
Can I?
Chandra Bose.
Can I also say at this moment, one of the things, see, we also see this particular weakness in Israel. You guys are still using Chinese equipment for your AI software, in spite of the factor that this has happened, in spite of the factor that they've been Chinese caught in your tunnels. कोई बोलना नहीं चाह रहा, उनको चुपचाप
No,
आउट कर
कोई नहीं
दिया है.
बोल रहा है. Nobody is pointing it out.
This is what the problem is, because the everybody is saying, yeah, we need to be realistic, we need to be realpolitik and play this game. The reason is, I'll tell you, and there is a big reason why India, a lot of your daily supplies are coming from India. जो रोड से जा रही है ना चीजें, it is going from Saudi Arabia and रोड से चीजें जा रही हैं. They're all coming from here. A
So they are,
lot of the, uh, I mean, if we come
that's why
into
the
a war,
Arabian Sea has been targeted now.
all that gets cut. Pakistanis are there in Gaza, as I've shown you today. There is a reason you had mentioned you wanted to cut that the border with Egypt.
Rafah,
Huh?
Philadelphia
Raqqa border.
corridor.
Because there's a rat line going around from there. See,
I
the
remember my
problem is,
father-in-law telling me we had captured Pakistani terrorists in the first Lebanese war in 82.
yeah, 100%,
They were
100%.
they were there not to fight jihad or anything. They wanted money. These were mercenaries. Okay, poor
Yeah,
people. They had,
yeah.
but they are cannon fodder. But these cannon fodder take lives. Okay, you cannot like dismiss them.
You can't. But the cost of taking a life and the cost of ruining your entire chance of being who you are. In India, there is a good old saying, ये जो हमको क्या बोलते हैं, आजादी मिली है, ये खून की आजादी है.
Exactly.
एंड ये आजादी को रखने के लिए, ये मैंने परसों अपने एक शो में बोला था, इट्स वेरी हैवी स्टेटमेंट. अभी भी हम खून दे रहे थे, दे रहे हैं और देते रहेंगे. मैं एक चीज आपको बता दूं, हमारी फौज और हमारे लोग, जितने लोग अभी यहाँ पर हैं, 2000 से ज्यादा लोग यहाँ पर हैं, दे वाचिंग अस डिबेट. इनमें से कितने लोग खड़े हो जाएंगे अपनी भी जाने आगे करने के लिए, जस्ट टू प्रोटेक्ट दिस नेशन, राइट? We've had soldiers with 9 to 13 bullet wounds, and the guy has still been alive. आज परमवीर चक्र winner है. So this country will not back down like that. But with the geopolitical scenario right now, and एक भी कंट्री कोई दुनिया में हो जो बैलेंस्ड बात कर रही है, आई डोंट सी एनीबडी एल्स. तो अगर हम भी बावले हो गए ना, तो फिर तो गया.
See, in our first video, when we spoke first time, I said Indians should kiss the soldiers
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
we in Israel army is each and every one of us. Me, my son, my grandson also tomorrow will become a soldier. No, no question here. But in
Yeah,
India, when you need any time, remember Mumbai. Who came to the rescue?
yeah. We were
The
sleeping
police
for
were
70
there.
years.
Yes,
हाँ, उसमें तो कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं है. 70 साल से तो कुछ करा नहीं, अभी 10 साल से हम लोग कर रहे हैं. वी
I
आर.
remember Adi. I used to get so sad when they used to speak during Kargil that Indian soldiers didn't even have equipment to fight in the cold. Shoes, tennis shoes they had. I have
नहीं
heard
नहीं,
it as an Indian.
हम
But now today, everything has been taken care of. The army
दिस
is
ऑल,
getting its
ये
due.
जो ये स्टोरीज ना, ये अमेरिकन चलाते थे. वो इंडियंस डोंट हैव एनीथिंग, दे आर फाइटिंग विद देयर क्लॉज. बुलशिट यार. वी आर नॉट स्टूपिड साला. वी आर द ओनली कंट्री दैट हैज
No,
फॉट अ वॉर इन दैट
but the
ऑल्टीट्यूड.
narrative, I am
वो
outside
करते हैं
India.
ना.
Okay, I am outside India. My heart is in India. But this is what we heard. But
या
India
वो
was
तो
not
यार.
taking action on that. They had no counter narrative. If I can tell you online that this is what I've heard about the Indian army, me being a person who loves India. So today it has changed. India, you're right. is not the India of the 80s, of the 90s. Like Nehru pointed out, it was snake charmers. Today, you feel proud to say I was born in the nation of India, where there we had Bhagat Singh also, we had Subhash Chandra Bose. I have Lokmanya Tilak, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and not only Gandhi family. Or I don't want to go into that politics, but yes, you feel pride with the army of India today. My son is in the Air Force now, and we have seen Garud soldiers in Israel training here. Tough guys. I will not say much, but it's a pride to meet these guys from Garud. We have an equivalent unit, Shaldag, in the Air Force. Most of the time, they are training here in Israel. And it's a pride to meet these guys and see the pride for the nation, the willingness to be the best. Each Indian should know you are living a life of peace and tranquility because somebody is willing to give his life for your sake. Like Adi pointed out, time will come. India will have to take action. There are unknown gunmen, and there are gunmen with guns, all fighting for one aim: to keep India safe. Be
But
worth the sacrifice.
it's not. I mean, see, there is a lot of games which are there. I honestly, I agree that we need to be aggressive, but I don't agree with the factor that we need to, go all out on anything, because we have to be very
Point
balanced.
out. That is my
We will.
problem with India. Frustration is
We will.
point out that
We will. We will.
Iran,
Now,
Syria,
point
no,
out जो
no
होता
matter,
है,
China,
I'm being
we know
no,
what
no,
you're up to.
no, no. We are just being respectful here, but point out can be pointed at both the countries, because here is a country, Iran, Israeli bloody prime minister has come out and said we don't see any angle of Iran in this, in the initial time. Now this is very stupid to me, because there is a lot of
This
these
is
real
false news.
politics
This
in
is
Bharat.
false news. Adi, this is
No, no, no.
false.
क्या बात कर रहे हो? The CIA has come out and said there's nothing to do with Iran in this entire thing.
In which?
CIA said this, yaar. Huh?
In
In
which
Hamas
attack?
attack, yaar. Even the Mossad
Everything
has
is
given the statement.
Iranian. I am
What
sitting
they
in
say,
Israel.
they say that.
BB
But
each
see,
and every
see,
time. You know what the defense minister starts with? Previously. You know, when the serials, they say
that's all
previously
fine.
what happened.
Official stance of the CIA and the Mossad is that we haven't got any official evidence of Iranian involvement within this attack. Direct Iranian involvement in this attack. See, the problem is, I'll tell you, why is Israel doing that? And I support Israel when they're doing that. Because they don't want to fight at four fronts at the same time. Yeah, let us deal with this damn thing first. We have a broken society right now. We've got problems. Right? So we don't want to be inside that. अगर हम चारों तरफ से लड़ेंगे, we are not the Israel of 1967 today. The real politics,
1973.
Netanyahu, by the way,
Yom Kippur War.
no, Yom Kippur was this thing. But
1967, we were strong. We defeated them in six
that's what I'm
days.
saying. You are not the 1967 Israel, which was as strong as that. Yeah, trust me. I mean, fantastic, beautiful, bloody Operation 67 was. But today, you guys also realize कि साहब, one at a time. Let's focus here. But आवाजें वहां से जो बाहर आ रही हैं, and ये चीज तो you've also said, छोड़ेंगे नहीं.
We killed this general in Syria, Iranian
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
His one and only aim in life and work in the Iranian Revolutionary Guards was to coordinate all the arms supplies and attacks on Israel, Syria, Lebanon, Houthis, Gaza. And if we have taken out someone of that rank, so we know what we are going to do. 7 fronts were opened. We were attacked on 7 fronts, not 4. 7. Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Iran, Yemen, and this 6. And the
इराक
seventh
अगेन
is
से
Judah and Samaria. Seventh is Judah
वो
and
तो
Samaria for West
वो
Bank.
तो आपका ही है.
No, no, we are attacked from all sides. We are losing soldiers in
there
Lebanon
is
also.
there is real politic happening in both the sides. I mean, I would be as angry as this yesterday, day for yesterday. As a matter of fact, हम लोग बैठ रहे थे जब कर्नल अजय रैना के साथ बात किया था हमने, and we said what should our response be, and a lot of people said यार मारनी चाहिए हमको. But then by the end of the show, when he actually brought out the situation, he said, when we realized we need to be a little more balanced in our approach, नहीं तो हमारी वाट लग जाएगी. So we will fight the war when we choose to fight it. I will not be dragged into a war when my enemy wants us to be in.
But there is one
That,
factor also, Adi, one factor, sorry, perception of your enemy.
oh yeah, don't worry. I think our enemy knows
You
very well
have to
what
take
our
that in
capability is.
consideration always.
That
If they
our
think
enemy
in his
enemy.
India is like inactive, there is defense and there is offense.
I don't think they think that ways, because there is a, the mood in India is not that, and people know that very well. Both the sides, they know that very well. कि यार ये no, don't cross the line with these guys. The
What is the
last time they
line?
crossed the line,
What is the line, Adi?
why should we tell you? That's the beauty of the
What is the
situation.
line?
Why
Which
should we
line
tell
should
you?
be? No, the enemy should come to know.
Not,
Which line should they not?
no. See, I'll tell you, the red line is like the Russians drawing red lines in Ukraine. Don't do this. This is a red line. Americans crossed it. Russians could do anything. They said, don't touch the Nord Stream. Americans went and busted it out. Don't attack Crimea. American went and buddy hit Crimea. Day for yesterday, they've taken out a, bloody, what do you call this thing, यार? क्या नाम है? इनका एक
Ship,
शिप उड़ा दिया.
ship, yeah.
ठीक है. They've crossed all the red lines. So speaking out your red line, this is my personal perspective, is something that you're telling the enemy कि यार इससे पीछे तू करेगा तो मैं कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा तू तेरे को. ना भाई, तू एक पटाखा भी फोड़ेगा मैं गुस्सा हो सकता हूँ, या तो तू एटम बॉम्ब फोड़ेगा मैं गुस्सा हो सकता हूँ. मैं गुस्सा कभी भी हो सकता हूँ. The choice is mine, not yours. I am not going to give my enemy the power to decide when we go for war. That call will always be with me. When do we need to do this and how do we need to do this will always be with me. And with this particular establishment, ये जो बैठे हैं ना अभी वहां पर, ये चुप रहने वाले नहीं है. Because I'll tell you why. जब बालाकोट एयर स्ट्राइक्स हुई थी ना, 15 दिन के बाद हुई थी, ऐसी हंगामा हुआ था. ओए कुछ नहीं कर रहे. We didn't say anything to anyone. We just went tuck and came back. Quiet. खत्म. यार हमारा वो, our style is different. We are a different country. We think differently. We are not very overtly aggressive. Because देखिए हमारी जो एक perception हमको दुनिया को देनी है ना, यार we are a country that you can depend on. We don't want to fight with. We are not a China. We are not a USA. We will not militarily attack you if you don't listen to us. We need to look at that also, because आज अगर भारत को एक leadership position लेनी है, which is what our game is, which is what our plan is, and there are loads of thorns in the middle of the way. If we need to take that leadership position, we need to be very, very measured in our game. देखो यार, आज जो यूरोप तेल ले रहा था ना हमारे साथ, पहले रशिया से ले रहा था, बंद किया, फिर हम ले रहे थे. आफ्टर दैट वी स्टार्टेड सेलिंग ऑयल टू यूरोप इटसेल्फ. आपको पता है हमारी तरफ से एक बारी किसी ने नहीं बोला ये चीज कि यार ऐसा है, आप क्यों हमसे टू कर रहे हो, मैं तुम्हारा तेल बंद करता हूं. नेवर सेड इट. दैट इज भारत, यू नो। जब आप विश्व गुरु बोलते हो ना अपने आप को, तब वो, यार वो यू हैव टू बी लाइक दैट, उसका कोई वो नहीं
गुरु
है।
के हाथ में गुरु के हाथ में छड़ी भी चाहिए।
ये है, देखो साहब, इफ एनीबडी अंडर एस्टिमेट्स प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी, मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा, इज मेकिंग द बिगेस्ट मिस्टेक ऑफ हिज लाइफ, एंड ट्रस्ट मी ही विल पे फॉर इट रियली बैडली। ये भाई, ये बड़ा काम आदमी है, बट ही इज नॉट द फॉरगिव एंड फॉरगेट गाय, ये वो नहीं है। हालत देखो क्या कर रखी है इसने लोगों की, यार इट्स नॉट फनी। People who are straight and simple, they live, they have enjoyment, people are minting money in India, but जो टेढ़ा मेढ़ा होता है ना, उसकी क्या हालत होती है, is not even funny. Anyways, we are coming to 1 hour 25 minutes. एक दो छोटे छोटे कमेंट्स ले लेते हैं, but you know, this has been a very good debate, I must say. I love debating with people, and this is probably the first time I'm doing it online. मेरे को बड़ा मजा आता है. It is fun, and I always learn something out of it. So what I've learned today, and I'm going to say this very clearly, there are two ways of skinning a cat. Which one is right is not decided by the cat, is decided by the guy who's skinning the cat.
What
And
I've
we are the
learned,
guys. Hanji,
and what
please.
I've learned, time will tell.
Absolutely correct. On that note, high five to online high five maro.
High five. Time will
So
tell.
guys, you must understand this is a beautiful debate, and it's about the factor that हमने दोनों दो different नजरिए को in depth debate करा. I've stood my ground with regards to Bharat's perspective. Gabriel has stood his ground with a heart in Bharat, right? A heart inside Bharat and his foot inside Israel today.
Israel. Head.
ठीक है? And
Brain.
brain inside Israel, where he's seeing what he's seeing. So I can understand where he's coming from, right? And I appreciate that. We all must have learned something out of this. There will be some day that we will have to act the way Gabriel is talking about today. हमको ऐसे ऐसा दिन
That
आएगा,
day will come. That day will come.
ठीक
You
है?
remember
आएगा.
in Godfather 3, Michael Corleone?
देखो
India
साहब,
is like that. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me in.
ऊपर
In
चढ़ने के लिए एक जंग तो हमको लड़नी पड़ेगी, which we'll have to fight. Let's be clear on that. And that fight is, that's what I was saying. As India, we are saying we will choose the fight.
I want the
So
audience to comment what they think in the comment
people
sector.
have loved it. Trust me, people
We
have
should
loved it.
wait or India should act.
हाँ, people have loved it. Trust you me, people have said that boss, this is, ये देखो मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. Excellent, learned a lot. ठीक है, टाइम विल टेल, आपका excellent debate. ठीक है, तो आप देख लो, very good debate. People have loved it. Trust you me. देखो यार ऐसा है. They know there's nothing personal between us. It is a nazariya that is being debated.
We both want what is best for both
Best.
nations.
Okay, so it's a nazariya that we are debating. That's the beauty about this, and that's what I keep saying. Let's have conversations rather than convulations.
We can
I had
always
certain
learn from each other, Adi.
I
We can
had certain
always
people in the
learn.
debate. I had certain people in the chat section who got personal. You know, the problem is, you must understand, when you're getting personal with anybody, you're losing sight of your objective. The biggest objective is,
Yes.
remember, when you're as a somebody who's from the, मैं किसको बता रहा हूँ यार, स्पेशल फोर्सेस का बंदा बैठा है सामने, जब आप लगाते हो ना, जब आप एम करते हो, तो एक ही दिखता है, गोली एक ही को मार सकते हो, अगर आप मतलब नॉर्मल आदमी हो तो
When
कोई
I
टेढ़े
was
मेढ़े हो
when I used to aim, Adi, when I used to aim in
yeah,
my in the force, when I served in the force, okay, I used to remember Arjun when he told his guru that I can only see the eye of the fish. Which is the eye India should come to know, Israel knows, and we should hit that eye. Now I am saying now, before it's late. Adi says wait, but that eye should be hit in time.
absolutely, उसमें तो कोई वो नहीं है, and there are multiple
Keep
ways of hitting the eye.
keep your aim on that eye.
Yeah, So
Don't.
I'm just going to run through questions. बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा हो जाएगा, बाद में लोग देखेंगे नहीं है फिर.
Okay.
Pablo, thank you so much. He says, do you think India should also have a compulsory army service program like Israel, at least in the interest of bringing unity, discipline, nationalistic cohesion to common Indians? Would love to. Our population is too high. Agniveer is a part of that. So,
Agniveer is a very good program from Israel. I support Agniveer.
absolutely.
It gives discipline. Yeah.
Adi ji, this is the greatest debate, and he's my one of our oldest subscribers and a moderator as well. He
Japit
says,
Bhatra, I was watching him on P Gurus also,
हाँ,
commenting.
so he's there everywhere, sir. Everywhere, everybody. Surya Shankar ji,
He
thank you
knows,
so
he
much.
keeps track.
He keeps a track, sir. Santosh ji, thank you so much. Shalom, Gabriel. Why no UN supports Israel or Bharat? They don't like us.
Guys, guys, they are complaining to Israel. We are bringing unko chaddi mein la rahe. We are bringing them kachas in the terrorists. And when our women were gang raped and it was taped, till now the UN has not said anything. They are worried about terrorists in underwear. So leave the UN.
UN is useless nuts. And they're nuts that you won't want to eat also. Shubham, thank you so much. Shalom, sir. Update on Rafah, Hezbollah strikes. I think he's already given that. Anmol Sharma ji, thank you so much. He says Pakistan backing out of talks with TTP, elections, gunmen, political killing possible. Putin meeting foreign minister. When was the last time he met any foreign minister? He always meets our foreign minister. He
Yeah.
knows which side of the glass is green.
He respects in
Remember that?
India.
Yeah. And that's the game, guys. जिस मेरा जो आर्गुमेंट था, जो आपने अभी बोला है, that was the game. कि भारत का गेम ही थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट है. And we like playing that game because that game is not today's. That game is very old. 3 4 5 हजार साल पुरानी है वो गेम. लोगों को नहीं समझ में आती. मेरे को भी, मैं भी कई बार फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाता हूँ. बट जब 2 3 महीने के बाद गेम खुलती है ना, यू लाइक, ओ गॉड, ये क्या हुआ? ये तो गेम ही पलट गई. So it's a very interesting thing. Batraji also says, Adi sir, Gabriel, I will say that Bharat will not rest till our enemy is completely destroyed. Um, Mohit Negi says, half front in Bharat is crores, not in lakhs as in Gaza. Two borders, Gabriel, we are having them inside our country. So that's a message to you. Uh, Trying to tell you that this thing. Uh, People are questioning, of course, Iran and the, what do you call, the involvement of China in Gaza. आज तो पाकिस्तान भी बोल दिया है, तो और भी आएगा इसके ऊपर. And यार इतने सारे सवाल हैं. मैं I'll just take a few so that it doesn't this thing, but I think we should just wrap up. बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया था. Very good point, Sari. Thanks for taking ground and defending Bharat's view. My respects. And of course, on the other side, there is a compliment for you. Concept of Mr. Gabriel are far more convincing. So
Write
you
down,
want some,
guys.
I want some,
Write
yeah?
your comments. Comment, like this video, share this video. I've never asked before, but now I'm seeing the enthusiasm in
यार
the
1800 लोग
comments
बैठे
here.
हैं, 11:30. It's 11:30 at night. Tomorrow's a working day. 1880
Guys,
people are.
India is being dragged in. You want it or you don't want it, you're in now. So, yeah, comment.
So, and we'll take one more. Sorry guys, there were two super stickers when I got, my network went off. I can't, but thank you so much. I think one was, I'm not sure, I don't remember, but both of you guys, thank you so much for your contribution. Uh, and one more thing I wanted to say, which is, yeah, the future of India and Israel. If we jump now in war, then no one will have a future in upcoming days. India will give way to all the countries in upcoming years. You just wait and watch. Gabriel, the future is ours. And shared future. It's not a single future, guys. It's a shared future. Israel is very important to us because of the IMEC. Please understand that. Haifa port, IMEC.
Shared
So
culture and
grow,
history.
when
Even in
we
the
grow,
Bible, India is mentioned. Bharat is
yep,
mentioned in the Bible. We have connections going far back, both civilizations.
absolutely, absolutely. And I said this in the middle of the debate that there are two civilizational countries today, and both are being dragged into wars. Why? Because the left.
Vishwa Guru is a good concept. Vishwa Guru. Not holding it against you, but Vishwa Guru should have also have a stick in the hand.
एब्सोल्युटली। हमारे आप भगवान की फोटोएं देख लो सारी।
सबके पास ये वेपन हाथ में,
आप
शस्त्र।
भगवान की फोटोएं देख लो, 6-7 हाथ होते हैं, एक में आपको आशीर्वाद
इवन
भी दे रहा है।
इवन इवन द फीमेल deities have.
बॉसी, द गेम इज वेरी सिंपल। आप जरा जरा तमीज से रहो, आशीर्वाद भी देंगे आपको, ठीक है। एंड
एक
आई,
हाथ आशीर्वाद के लिए और एक हाथ है।
लास्ट वाला, लास्ट कमेंट गाइस, आई वोंट टेक एनी मोर आफ्टर दिस। बहुत लंबा हो गया यार, आप लोग बाद में ना मेरे को बस सारे लोग लिखते
135।
रहते हैं। तुम लोग छोटा करके रखो। थॉट प्रोवोकेटर सेज इंडिया शुड फाइट covert war quietly without announcing, without unknown army fighting unknown wars and conquering known real enemies. Good, interesting. A debate always brings about new thoughts.
Good. It opens people's minds to
Yeah,
other different
and see,
angles.
that's the whole idea of this channel, that to you know
Provoke thought.
to provoke a thought, to kind of think and to collectively decide where the future of our country is going to go. That's the game. So, Gabriel Saab, thank you so much. I hope tomorrow, day after, and the weeks coming in is going to be very, very good for Israel. क्योंकि आपकी वॉर
Thank
काफी
you.
अभी तक अच्छी चल रही है. It is very good, and I'm happy that the losses are there, but it's not as much as what we decided, what we uh, what we realized it would be, because लोगों का एक बड़ा pessimistic सा था कि इसराइल की काफी हालत खराब हो सकती है because of the tunnels
Everything
and
is
this.
fine, guys.
It's
Happy New
good.
Year to everyone. Happy New Year. Adi,
Shalom. See you next
great
year.
to have 130 subscribers. Good
Oh,
milestone.
absolutely. See you next year. Please pass my regards to everybody.
Thank you all.